What? No DAPP courses? Yes, that's right folks, the contract for the DAPP, the Domestic Abuse Perpetrator Programme, was not renewed. And at the moment there are no courses that can be recommended by Cafcass. So that has left both Cafcass and the courts scrabbling around in the dark, and any alternative to the DAPP is now not expected until April 2023. So, lots to get through today, so let's jump straight in with my excellent introduction. I am Philip Kedge, a retired Police Chief Inspector, the Director of the Mckenzie Friend UK Network, the founder of the national campaign of #LikeNotHate, and fearless family court vlogger. I have been a Mckenzie friend in the family courts for over a decade, and all my views and opinions are entirely my own. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell. So, what appears to be happening? Well, chaos of course. What do you expect? It's the family court. Fathers left with no contact options, stuck with supervised visits and general uncertainty. A quick look at the Cafcass website tells us pretty much nothing. As it states, as of today, please note family court advisors can no longer recommend perpetrator programmes to court. The Ministry of Justice has decided to work towards replacing the existing DAPP with a new programme to better meet the needs of a wider range of families. How marvellous is that? So, what is this new programme to better meet the needs of a wider range of families going to look like? Is this an opportunity to rethink the madness of the current mass victimisation of non-resident parents who are mostly fathers, being thrown under the family court bus by vindictive, spiteful, emotionally unhinged and irrationally anxious resident parents motivated by hate, who are mostly mothers? Or are they going to double down on the unfit for purpose, ill-conceived, ill-considered Domestic Abuse Act of 2021, which quite frankly would label most of the population as domestic abusers and child abusers, where common sense and the realities of family life are thrown out of the window, where slamming a door in anger, raising your voice in frustration, throwing a soft toy across the room 10 years ago, walking in an angry manner, responding with expletives when your teenage son farts on you, are all potential examples of domestic abuse and child abuse worthy of fact findings and the consideration for domestic abuse perpetrators programmes. You can't make this madness up. So, what are my personal thoughts? Well, whatever the course they proposed is, there are 3 points that I believe must be at the forefront of its implementation. Firstly, any course must not be gender specific. Secondly, the weaponising of a child against the other parent by minimising, reducing, restricting and denying contact based on hate, hurt feelings and unfettered emotions is coercive control, child abuse and domestic abuse, and needs to result in the automatic enrolment by that parent onto the course. Thirdly, in all other cases, there should be a threshold for consideration for inclusion on a course, and that threshold should be that of significant harm. You see, this would then sensibly and proportionately mirror the threshold of significant harm under the Children Act of 1989, that introduced significant harm as the threshold that justifies compulsory intervention in family life in the best interests of children. My argument is that if that threshold is not met in private family court proceedings, the court should not make draconian orders separating children from parents for months and in some cases years on end, destroying bonds, relationships and childhoods. I also believe that there is a strong argument for adopting that threshold into Practice Directions 12J when considering fact-finding hearings. This may stop the current endemic practice by resident parents, mostly mothers, supported by sick-in-the-head family lawyers who have no professional duty of care to any child, stirring up and throwing every piece of mud that may exist throughout the relationship in the hope that some of it will stick to minimise, reduce, restrict and deny contact with the non-resident parent, who are mostly fathers. Now, if you wish to find out more about that topic, then you simply must watch my 2 vlogs, probably the 2 most important vlogs any non-resident parent should ever watch going through the family court. Firstly, the 6 silver bullets of hate, and secondly, why the family court is so terrifying, the blueprint of hate. So, watch this space. Is the new thinking around future domestic abuse perpetrators courses going to be an opportunity for positive reform based around the application of common sense, focusing on the clear and abhorrent domestic abuse that clearly impacts on child arrangements? Or is it going to double down on the current mad witch hunt on every unfortunate or regrettable incident or behaviour that may occur in most relationships, and the continued support of the woke, self-pitying, false victimhood mantra and the destructive sentiment of man-hate? We will find out. I'm Philip Kedge, and for all your family court solutions-based needs, please contact me right now at contactphil.co.uk. Until next time, stay strong.